What is this? Somebody said
Black person on the show. That's funny.
6 hours ago.
So why?
And when Destiny was sucking your, tell us how that felt.
Come on, dude. Why? We're not gonna gay bash this guy. The thing is like a lot of like the socialist people that don't like him are like
they're gay bashing.
They're going gay bash, which is like,
oh, I felt so bad. Am I allowed to? I feel like it's probably not in bad taste to mention like private conversations. I'm not like leaking anything, but me and Adam were chatting yesterday, and he talked about how he was like, it's crazy the amount of just like straight out homophobic comments come from accounts with roses or whatever on. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's what they do. I did. Yeah. Rip.
The socialist people that don't like him are like
they're gay bashing.
They're going gay bash, which is like, it's come on.
That's kind of dumb. Do you know there's a rapper? He's one of my favorite rappers. His name's Isaiah Rashad, and he got caught.
He's gay. Yeah.
He got caught with two white guys sucking his. And then he played it off so smooth. He was just like, sometimes you got to get sucked. And I was like, that's real.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The best guy was still the one dude. What was his name? I always forget it because I don't know anything about him. Sketch? I don't remember what we watched. I think it was like the first like minute of like his stream. Jesus. Hey, because H3 Snark, level-headed someone. Okay, we're done with this. This guy's a future manslaughter person. Oh, I asked this question before, but no one in my community can answer because none of you guys are old enough. Where I've always wondered, if you're like 100 years old and your child dies, like how sad is that? Is it tragic, or is it like, I just happen to be really fucking old. My kid died, but he died at 80 years old. He lived like a long ass full life, you know? Like, I wonder if it hits the same, or if it's like, yeah, you know. Theoden in Lord of the Rings. This is the clip you're talking about. Oof, there was some like super sad, not good posts on Reddit today. Was it in photographs or?
Elephant in the room, I got a haircut. Wasn't planning on doing this today, but I guess so. Okay, I'll start from the top. Look at this, open and honest. That was me. That was me. It's okay, though. I will tell you what. Okay. 2 years ago, I did some stuff. I'm sorry if you've seen some of the stuff. You know, I'm a changed person.
That was a good stream. Nah, the older you get, the harder it gets. You lose more and more people the older you get. Lonely for very old people. Oh, that might be true. Where does anybody know there was a sad Reddit post today. Wait, can you get not safe for work shit on RL? The photograph lady who was photographing her parents. Throw back to when I defeated pre-nerf Radon. My grandma died and my great-grandma, her mother, is still alive. My great-grandma was emotionally destroyed, but she moved on eventually. Well, damn, okay. I had a roommate who was a blacksmith, and he kept a sword under his bed and just had knives lying around. One time he got cut by a sword, and we had to take him to the ER. And he was so smug because the doctor was like, that was a really, really sharp knife. It cut so cleanly. Destiny, I'm very far behind, and someone probably already said it. Well, if he's far behind, is he even hearing me talk to him? But a perfect example of a legal carve-out is the gun charge in the Rittenhouse case. I actually don't believe that was an example of a perfect carve-out in the Rittenhouse case. I think there were actually conflicting statutes there. Because I think one statute had said something about like no child can have like a certain type of rifle, but there was another statute that said 16 and older can have something for hunting. These were conflicting. Like they were literally, I think the laws were literally conflicting as written. That's why the charge was tossed, I believe. What was this? A woman spent 27 years photographing her parents waving her goodbye. Apparently this is an epic Reddit meme that gets posted a lot. Jesus. And her dad died 1 year, and then her mom died the next. God damn. Why isn't the Fed doing anything about the drone shit? Now airports in New York and New Jersey are getting closed down. Wait, really? Airports closing. You just made this up. You've consistently been typing retarded shit in chat today too. You're getting banned. Nice search. Daily Mail. Drone scandal explodes as airport is shut. And New Jersey senator shares eerie new details. Wait, where does it say an airport was shut down in here? The Democrats spoke out after the drones forced Stewart Airfield to shut down its airspace. Stewart Airfield. What is this for, like single engine planes? Is this even a real like airport, or is this just like a smaller? It's a commercial, corporate, and general aviation airport, but also home to a major New York Air National Guard base that is shared by the Marine Corps Reserves. Wait, where does it say? How do we even know this? In mid-November, they directed. I'm calling. She said, "Extended power in New York, and it appears essential." Where is this announcement? Did the airport itself make an announcement, or? According to the Port Authority, okay, there we go. Stewart Airfield was shut down for approximately 1 hour due to drone activity in the airspace. Okay, the Port Authority said this. Wait, temporarily closed its runways around 9:40 p.m. on Friday following a report from the FAA about a nearby drone sighting. Officials say the runways were eventually reopened and that there were no impacts to flight operations during the closure. Wait, what does that mean? There were no impacts to flight operations, so no flights were delayed? Were any flights even leaving this airport then, past 9:40? Or did they close it and there was just not a single flight? What? For a small airport, that's possible. I don't know how small this airport is. Last night, the runways at Stewart were shut down for approximately 1 hour due to drone activity. This is going too far. Okay.
In the mountains of Peru, drinking ayahuasca with the shaman stew. Cup of champagne to shift the mood. I've been learning about myself, finding out my truth. I've been healing my soul, tried the best medicine. I've been learning shit from the.
Whatever happened to this girl? Was this girl popular? I don't even know who the fuck this is. Are we supposed to know? Someone said she died on October 7th. Jesus Christ. Chill. God damn. She's a hippie / new age influencer. Windows PC keyboard. Why was I linked this? This one is better though. This like weird small shift key down here is not right. It's not natural. I don't know what the fuck this is. Japanese layout has a larger left. Yeah, not good. Magnus Carlsen paid 127.45% of his income as tax in 2022 due to Norwegian wealth tax. Norway has a wealth tax totaling 1% on all wealth over 152,573 USD and 1.1% on all wealth over... Jesus, really? The numbers are actually for 2023. How does that work? Pay more taxes than you earn. It's the unrealized gains tax. This is how their wealth tax works. It is 0.95% over a certain amount of assets. Magnus could have $100 million worth of shares in a private company. He probably does, to be fair, for his apps, etc. Over $100 million? Is he really that wealthy? And get a tax bill for $900K plus. It doesn't matter if the firm is loss making and he is pulling in a small salary, he'll still be taxed at amount. This policy has had some negative effects for entrepreneurship in Norway and led to founders leaving due to huge tax bills. Then they get put on the wall of shame. Here's how insane things have gotten in Norway. The Socialist Party is a wall of shame in their office with rich people who have left Norway due to the outrageous taxes they're now being charged. Who do you find on that wall? Startup founders like Heget or Hege, etc., who was forced to leave the country because he was paying all of his income in taxes. When the Soviet Union is becoming the role model of your country, time to GTFO. Not only all my income, several times more than my income. They make $800,000 per game in high-level tournaments. Is that true? Highest prize chess tournaments. Look at the highest payout chess tournaments. The Magnus Carlsen Invitational prize pool, the whole prize pool is $1 million. What are you talking about? Or link me these tournaments. You get paid $800,000 a game. The World Championship is $1.4 million for the winner. Okay. That guy, I think that guy was just lying. Okay, we just lie. We just make shit up. Okay. Here's the founder explaining his case. So I tried to build a tech company from Norway, and here's what happened. 2 years of building without almost any money/funding, the better part of a year without a salary, raise VC and become one of Norway's first unicorns, face unrealized gains wealth tax bill of many x my annual net salary. Of course, the company is loss-making, and all the investors have preference shares, so I can't take out any money. Call out publicly that this does not make any sense. Independent of level, taxation needs to happen when you actually make money. I moved to Switzerland because no politician cares/listens. I still don't get any tangible and sensible answers to my criticism of unrealized gains tax, but I do get put up on the wall of shame at the Socialist Party's offices. I'm Norwegian and I love Norway, but the socialist politicians are taking the country down a dark path. It's a real-life Atlas Shrugged. Huh. I would need to see more numbers to see how fucked this is, but it sounds like not the best way to do wealth taxes. I think there might be ways to do wealth taxes in okay ways, but you have to be super careful about it. And it can't be like a reactionary, like, yeah. Next government is probably going to be right wing, so they might remove it. Okay. Are property taxes a form of wealth tax? I don't think so. And that Magnus picture showed him as having a wealth of 100 million. Cool. Okay. More info for everyone currently at war below. The tax was brought in 2022 and led to 80 plus of the wealthiest taxpayers leaving. Oof. 54 billion in assets left the country and raised below expected revenues, likely not outweighing the short/long-term losses. They then brought in an exit tax last month to stop people from, oh, and they didn't even do the exit tax beforehand. Oh no. RIP. Would you accept a 1% yearly tax on your wealth and realized gains? If it was stepping up my tax basis, at least, like it was slowly making it so I was getting more of a tax basis in my investment, yeah, I think that would be fine. However, I'm in a good position to pay wealth taxes because most of the money that I earn is like tangible, liquid, like cash earnings. It's not the appreciation of assets. If you were founding a business or if you were a co-owner in a business and a lot of your wealth is coming from the appreciation of the company that you're running, you might be in a more rough position, right? Property tax is a version of unrealized tax. I'm wholly and completely and totally unconvinced of that, but okay. I understand what you do. You need to get into college football and use the powers you have for a good cause. Anyways, you're the man. True. Okay, I will. I'll go back to college and play immediately. This chart is bad. Norway's wealth tax, oh good, nice. Increase raised revenue. In general, people who think most economists are communists can be easily ignored because they're clearly bad at processing information about the world. Actual people understand that while some people do move as a result of wealth taxes, it is such a small response that it has very little impact and typical rates are well below the peak of the Laffer curve. Okay. Main incentive for figure 14 is that the migration-induced effects of wealth taxes on overall economic activity are extremely limited. A 1 pp, a percentage point, increase in the effective tax rate on wealth of the top 2% of wealthiest taxpayers is found to decrease total employment by 0.03%, total investment by 0.04%, and total value added by only 0.09%. This is despite the fact that wealthy entrepreneurs account for a substantial share of overall economic activity through the firms that they control directly and indirectly. Okay. The main reason for such small effects lies in the very small migration elasticity, which itself is largely due to the fact that migration flows at the top of the wealth distribution are actually remarkably tiny. To measure the behavioral revenue effect, we use the average R equals 0.6%. And for the top 2% of wealthy individuals observed over the period of 1999 to 2006 in Sweden, we find that T divided by W or something, I don't know what the fuck this is, equals 13.1% using our semi-elasticity estimate, blah, blah, blah. Since the behavioral revenue effect is equal to 0.24, in other words, for every additional Swedish KR kroner or crowns, tax revenue levied mechanically by raising the wealth tax by, whatever, DR, I guess. Only 0.24 kroner are lost due to behavioral migration responses. This clearly outlines that migration responses alone, even accounting for all tax externalities, are too small to get Swedish wealth tax anywhere near the Laffer curve before. Okay. I don't know what chart he's responding to, so. Doesn't the U.S. also have an exit tax if you announce citizenship? I think so. Another one of his tweets. In 2022, Norway increased their wealth tax by 1%. In response, some high-profile billionaires moved out of the country. According to a viral claim, this resulted in a net loss of revenue. Is this true? No. Over the next 2 years, wealth tax revenue soared to all-time highs. Total wealth tax measured in inflation-adjusted 2022 kroner. I think Norway and Sweden both call them kroner or crowns. Does it ever bring you doubt that most critique of you is either lies or ad hom? I mean, I feel like if anything, it shows that I'm probably correct in what I say, right? Otherwise, people would have more critiques for me. In response to my profile, no, okay, what is this? Total wealth tax measured in inflation adjusted 20 million kroner. According to the figures, is this just money raised by wealth taxes? Or is this total tax revenues? This just says total wealth tax. To understand how the false claim came about, here's the original source calculation. It's reasonable enough napkin math. Where it went wrong was in using the Guardian's claim that the net worth immigrants was 54 billion USD. Bloomberg/Fortune cited 4.3 billion instead, and I've been able to track down the source of a Q&A with the Norwegian Minister of Finance confirming that that is the correct number. If you do the rough math from the original post, but plug in the verified 4.3 billion number around the 54 billion claim, you get a net gain of about 100 million rather than a loss of 448 million. Contrary to the original claim, Norway is on the left of the Laffer curve. Source for the chart on the first tweet is this report from a free market-oriented think tank in Norway. This comports with more academic studies of wealth taxation and migration. This paper finds that while there was some effect from a similar wealth tax in Sweden, it was statistically quite small and thus well below the peak of the Laffer curve. This guy is slightly misleading, no? Isn't it possible that the other taxes they are losing from people no longer being in their country is more than what was gained by the increase in wealth tax? Possibly, but I don't know. This is like a big econ thing that I'd have to dig into a lot. I think my biggest concern would be that wealth taxes might not cause most of the people that are impacted by the wealth taxes to leave, but that's because most people impacted by wealth taxes are probably just going to be old people, would be my guess, because the older you are, the wealthier you are, because you've had more life to accumulate money. But it might have a disproportionate impact on business owners or entrepreneurs. And if those people would leave at a higher percentage rate, then whatever money you're making in wealth tax might be lost in either other taxes or capital investment in your country. But I don't know the answer to that. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I'm not sure. What do you think about a system that would cut corporate taxes based on how much they pay their lowest employees? It sounds dumb. I don't know why you'd ever tie taxes to that. Biden edit.
Do not scare easily.
Okay. What do you think about progressive fines where you get a traffic ticket to spend on your income? I think that's based. The value of working on treaties to prevent incentives for capital flight. I think reciprocal taxation, is good. I don't think that there should be countries that make money on having favorable tax policy. I think that's really silly, in my opinion. But I haven't had a good argument, or haven't heard a good argument defending that. What is this?
Feelings. I can't stop. You're hurting my feelings. I can't stop thinking about the things you said to me. Did you really mean that? Yes, I fucking meant that. And you know what? I know that you fucking liked it. That's why you keep coming back. You can't escape me. You're fucking addicted. You need me. You literally can't come unless you think about me. You fucking need me. Stop pretending. You love how mean I am. You want me so deep in your head that you can't even come to normal fucking shit anymore. You're so fucking sick.
Okay. Norway's tax revenue fell after that. Yeah, but the issue you run into here is you're getting into like, you're probably, oh no. Wait, I was gonna say you're getting into COVID time, but this is after COVID time. It could have been that consumption was higher or something right after COVID, and then these, like, you need to see a larger, oh, here you go. Max. Norway's tax revenue from March 2002 to June 2024. Okay, so it seemed to abnormally spike here. My guess, I think this is a thing that you saw in a lot of different economies where people were at home, businesses were closed, people weren't doing anything with their money over COVID, and then as soon as the economy opened, it kind of exploded. So it's not surprising that tax revenues would explode as well in that same time period, and then they'd settle out to normal afterwards, right? What's the benefit of being salary instead of hourly? I feel like unless you're getting huge comp packages, a salary, it's much better to be hourly on a time clock, getting overtime pay. I mean, salary is just a little bit more stable. And generally speaking, salaried jobs are like more like serious. You don't have to punch your time card. You don't have to do whatever. Maybe you have more flexibility to come in a little late, leave a little early, or get destroyed by your bosses milking you for extra time, depending on. But also some people want salary can also apply for overtime as well. I think it depends on where you work.
If you're like me, and for the past couple months, your TikTok and YouTube feed has been...
Wait. Let me do this real quick. What was this? ABC to pay $15 million to settle a defamation suit brought by Trump. The outcome of the lawsuit marks an unusual victory for President-elect Donald J. Trump and his ongoing legal campaign against national news organizations. Donald J. Trump filed the lawsuit this spring concerning on-air statements made by the star ABC anchor George Stephanopoulos. ABC News agreed on Saturday to give $15 million. Why was this not sealed? Okay. ABC News agreed on Saturday to give $15 million to President-elect Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump's Future Presidential Foundation and Museum to settle a defamation lawsuit filed by Mr. Trump this spring concerning on-air statements made by the network's star anchor George Stephanopoulos. Have you ever given anyone time to try and LVT pill you? I mean, in terms of relying on it for a large portion of funding, it's obviously a pretty good tax. I don't care. The people that advocate for it are probably some of the most annoying people in the entire universe, and we're never, ever, ever going to be in a position, or at least no time in the near future, of having society accept it. So why would I even waste my time? What a boring... That's like being an anarcho anything. Hold on one sec. I understand it, but for the rest of the idiots in YouTube, what is it's land value tax. There's a group of people who think that it's the ultimate superior tax to every single thing, and every single tax should just be LVT, and it would be the best way to do society. But most people don't even know what it is, so it's not. Under the terms of a settlement agreement filed in federal district court in Miami, ABC News and Mr. Stephanopoulos said that they would soon publish a statement saying they regret the remarks that the anchor made about Mr. Trump during a televised interview in March. What did they say? ABC News, which is owned by the Walt Disney Company, will pay Mr. Trump an additional $1 million for his legal fees. The outcome of the lawsuit marks an unusual victory. Mr. Trump is not defamation, including lawsuits against CNN, the New York Times, and the Washington Post, ended in defeat. We are pleased that the parties have reached an agreement to dismiss the lawsuit on the terms in the court filing. During the interview that prompted the lawsuit, Mr. Stephanopoulos asked Representative Nancy Mace, a Republican of South Carolina, who has spoken publicly about being raped as a teenager, why she had continued to support Mr. Trump after he was found liable for rape. in a civil case in Manhattan last year. In that case, a federal jury found Mr. Trump liable for sexually abusing and defaming the writer E. Jean Carroll, but it did not find him liable for rape. That's a... Really? And they settled this? The judge who oversaw the proceeding later clarified that because of New York's narrow legal definition of rape, the jury's verdict did not mean that Ms. Carroll had failed to prove that Mr. Trump raped her. Many people commonly understand the word rape. Mr. Trump ultimately sued ABC, accusing Mr. Stephanopoulos of harming his reputation by saying multiple times on air that he had been found liable for raping Ms. Carroll. The settlement announced on Saturday required ABC to place an editor's note at the bottom of an online article about the interview with Ms. Mace. The note was to read ABC News and George Stephanopoulos regrets statements regarding Donald J. Trump made during an interview by George Stephanopoulos with Representative Nancy Mace on ABC's This Week on March 10th, 2024. Holy fuck. Okay. Why would you settle this? Are they just worried because he's going to be president? Now with 25 million users, Bluesky is facing a test that will determine whether or not its platform will still be seen as a safe space and place of refuge from the toxicity of X. In recent days, a large number of users on Bluesky have been urging the company to ban one newcomer for his opinions and works shared both on and off the platform. Writer and producer and podcast host Jesse Singal joined Bluesky 12 days ago to the horror of much of the Bluesky community. Singal has been cataloged by GLAAD's Accountability Project for his writings on transgender issues and other matters. The GLAAD Project catalogs anti-LGBT rhetoric and discriminatory blah, blah, blah. He's now the most blocked user on the social network. Top 5. Jesse Singal, Brianna Wu, I think. Felipe Nito, I don't know who that is. Now Breezing. Oh, damn. Am I on here at all? Am I on like the top 100 or anything? Taylor Swift. Brazil. Jordan Peterson. Okay. Am I the omniliberal? When am I on this? Hold on. Damn, who you're blocking is publicly available? That's pretty wild. All right. Registered here. Doo-doo-doo. How many people are blocking me? Blocked by only 993 people? The fuck? I'm on 418 block lists. Oh, no, wait. These are also starter packs. Okay. Okay. In Bluesky's earlier days, trans users, like many other marginalized groups, and black and queer users flocked to the social network from Twitter, now called X after Elon Musk bought it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if he breaks a rule, ban him, but why? I mean, you just ban him because he thinks he's anti-LGBT or cringe. Some Bluesky users say he has done so. He has already engaged in targeted harassment on the platform. To sign end of view. Post hidden. You have blocked the author, or you have been blocked by the author. Okay. And then what about this? Have I been blocked by this guy? No. Okay. That's what your friend Jesse Singal is doing to us, tracking and sharing posts on X to have his users brigade and harass us. And we have noticed and reported it, and it's super obvious now that you're just ignoring us. You're not the only busy person on the planet. What, you can't cross-post to X? Okay. Okay, whatever. Weird. What is this? Why would you post this? Is he bragging about this? It was delicious. Is this lunch meat? Okay. Canute explains Norwegian taxes.
The difference is, in your part of the world, when the politicians meet you, they do more this. I don't fucking care about you. Do whatever you... Just live your fucking life, right? That's what they do where you come from. Here, when you meet them, just look at you. What can we steal from you? This one? This one? And then they just take everything.
Based. Okay, last link. What is this? That is the goal. This platform only seems too right wing to the left. Oh, we used the wrong version of 2. Good one. X stands out as the most politically balanced social media platform. Unlike many other platforms, X is an almost equal split between Democrat and Republican news consumers. As you would expect, the data don't align with the right-wing dominance narrative projected by traditional media. Ooh, source. Okay, what is this? Demographic profiles and party identification of regular social media news consumers in the U.S. So these are consumers and not posters, but okay. Holy fuck. Is Twitter really 2-to-1 men to women? My God. Rep lean and dem lean. How does it, is there a way, can you see every single Pew poll? Like, is there a way to view every single question? Because I'm very curious what that means. Like Republican lean and Democrat lean. Like, I wonder how many of the Democrat lean people are like, yeah, I lean Democrat. Like, I'm a huge fan of like RFK and Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang, right? Where it's like, this is not, what? Download link, maybe. Oh, wait, this. Download. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, based. Thank you. Go to, how did we make this? It's just self-ID'd. Interesting. Jesus Christ. Demographics and party identification of regular social media news consumers in the United States. Is this like a pick one, or can you pick multiple boxes? Are these rows all supposed to add up to 100? No. Did you already read about the company Ludwig used to own going under? I thought it was just the events managing part of it or something. Jesus. Growing share of Republican X users see it as mostly good for democracy. From 17% in 2021 to 53% in 2024. Elon and Trump could literally say anything and get Republicans to like move completely on any issue. It's insane. They could say or do or support anything and Republicans will change 100%. That's so crazy. They should get together and like try it for a day just to like fucking meme. Like today we want to make like, we want to say that like Yugoslavia should have never separated as a country. Like if Trump and England were to put that message out, like all of a sudden tomorrow, like 47% of American population, 88% of Republicans find that former Yugoslavia needs to be put back together. Like it would just, it's so crazy.
Been nothing but recordings of court. If you're like me, and for the past couple months, your TikTok and YouTube feed has been nothing but recordings of court cases for some reason, then you've probably come across something known as a sovereign citizen. A sovereign citizen, for those of you that don't know, in very...
we don't need to watch this. Okay. What was this?
As is traditional, I have managed to write a 10-question quiz for you, 5 of which are about animals. I'm sorry, it just ended up, 2 of them are about animals, and then I thought, well, this is getting a bit weird now if I have 3, so let's lean into it. So yeah, 5 general knowledge, 5 about animals.
I feel like I have a chance this time. I know about animals.
Okay, you're going to have the animal round first. I hope you're happy about that. Shall I make a note of who's winning, or shall I just assume that it was Chris? Giant swat Chris Kavanagh.
I'm preparing myself to lose gracefully.
In his discussion with Richard Dawkins, what, apart from dragons, bears, and eagles, did Jordan Peterson suggest was a predator?
Oh. Okay, I wasn't sure what this was.
Oh. Come on, just imagine it. Imagine Dawkins just going, I'm not interested in dragons, I'm interested in reality.
I'm not interested in dragons, I'm interested in reality.
It's fire.
Okay, so let's okay, so zip, ding, ding, ding.
Go on, Chris.
Fire.
It is fire, Chris, that is correct, yes. Is fire a predator? And Richard Dawkins looks at him like, fire isn't alive, you fucking idiot.
What's the category of predator? Bear, eagle, if you're a primate. Fire? Is fire a predator? No.
Okay, what animal did Theo Von say that cocaine turned you into in his interview with Trump?
What does cocaine turn you into? I don't know. I haven't watched like any of these. A shark.
Being an owl on the porch or something.
It was an owl, you're right.
An owl.
Cocaine quotes will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying? You'll be out on your own porch. You'll be your own street lamp. He then went on to complain to Donald Trump that cocaine was both not very good quality and too expensive these days. And Donald Trump sort of nodded along like this was something he'd get the federal government to look into.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying? You'll be out on your own porch. You know, you'll be your own street lamp. You're freaking.
And is that a good feeling? Well,
no.
Which animal did Donald Trump suggest to Joe Rogan that he would like to act as a psychiatrist to? He wondered if they were being affected by wind farms. This coming back to you now?
Oh, the whales are dying. No, dolphins. Dolphins or whales? Whales, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not, is it? You're pretending that it's
No, I know. Bing.
Okay.
It's whales. It's whales, isn't it?
It is whales. I'd like to be a whale psychiatrist. Because what
Wait, why did he get credit for that? He said wheels, and the answer is whales. No?
Bing, 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 bing.
Okay.
It's wheels. It's wheels, isn't it?
It is whales.
Whales.
He said, I'd like
Weird show. Okay.
to be a whale psychiatrist. Because what are they thinking when they can hear wind turbines? This is why he's opposed to wind turbines.
How did you know this, Chris? How do you know this?
I know things, Matt. What do I do with my time?
He watched Joe Rogan's interview with Donald Trump freely of his own volition, unpaid, as it turns
I'm
out.
possibly one of the only people who actually watched all of it. Yeah.
You know what it is? I want to be a whale psychiatrist. It drives the whales freaking crazy.
Actually, I'm at an incredible disadvantage here. Being a normal human being. Admittedly, I am the co-host of this podcast, but even so, I still shouldn't be. Okay, go on.
I like this, Chris. Keep going now. This is great. This year,
Okay.
banger.
I bet he is. In his interview with Logan Paul, which animals did Donald Trump suggest could solve the border crisis?
Wolves?
Just think of an animal. Okay, that was good.
That's what I did.
I tried this quiz on my husband last
Coyotes?
night, and he also went, "Is it bears?" And I was like, "Well, how would bears solve the border crisis?" I think he was referring to the film Cocaine Bear, right? I think he thought you could smuggle the cocaine in the bears. No, you're both wrong. It is the German Shepherd. You spend $2.5 million for machinery, he said, and the dog is much better.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
There is no machine. You spend $2.5 million for machinery, and the dog is much better. More dogs. And
Final animal question. You remember the story about how RFK Jr. picked up a dead bear cub and then posted it in Central Park as if it had been hit by a cyclist. However, when he found the bear cub, what other animal-related activity was he enjoying? Or was on his way home?
He was hunting. I don't remember what he was hunting, but he was hunting, right?
I'm enjoying.
Hunting?
Well, it's a type of hunting. I can be more specific. Falconry.
What's falconry?
Wait, you guys are all aware of this story, right? Do we all, like...
is discovered. A bear cub is discovered dead in, of all places, Central Park. An apparent case of animal cruelty. CBS 2's Matt Kozar has more on the bear mystery.
This was like 10 years ago, I think, right?
In a popular section of Central Park, an unusual crime scene.
We were about over here.
Florence Slatkin says she was walking her dog this morning when she saw something furry underneath the bushes. Police say the 3-foot-long black bear cub had stab and slash wounds and appears to have been dumped there. Adding to the mystery, Slatkin says the baby bear was lying on top of this bicycle, which police confiscated as evidence.
The bicycle was under the bushes. Part of the bicycle was sticking out, and that's what we saw. And then when we looked closer, we could see something on the back wheel, just laying on the back wheel.
The spot where the bear was found is not in a secluded part of Central Park. It's right near...
Was the goal to frame bikers on this? I don't remember. Is that why why they left a bike near it? Was to frame like bikers because they hated cyclists in Central Park, or?
It's right near West Drive, where thousands run and bike every day.
It's horrible. It's very bizarre.
To think that somebody with criminal intents would do such a thing right here in our backyard is disturbing.
The Department of Environmental Conservation carefully removed the bear and wrapped it in a tarp. Investigators say the necropsy, which is an autopsy for an animal, will be done in Albany.
It's very strange to find in Central Park.
A strange and upsetting crime. In Central Park, Matt Kozar, CBS 2.
Looking forward to how you spin this one. Hold on, I'm going to use this one sec. Oh my God.
In a group of people falconing up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley. And I was supposed to meet them there at like maybe 8 or 9. I was driving up maybe, really early, like 7. And that woman in a van in front of me hit a bear and killed it, a young bear. So I pulled over and I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear, and it was very good condition, and I was going to put the meat in my refrigerator. And you can do that in New York State. You can get a bear tag for a roadkill bear. And so then we went hawking, and I had the bear in my car, and then we had a really good day, and we went late. We were catching a lot of game, and the people really loved it, so we stayed late. And instead of going back to my home in Westchester, I had to go right to the city because there was a dinner at Peter Luger's Steakhouse. And at the end of the dinner, it went late, and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport. And the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car, because that would have been bad. So then I thought, you know, at that time, this was the little bit of the redneck in me. There'd been a series of bicycle accidents in New York. They had just put in the bike lanes. And saw a couple of people had gotten killed, and it was every day, and people had gotten badly injured. Every day it was in the press. And so I thought, I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea. And I said, well, I had an old bike in my car that somebody had asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be funny for people. So everybody thought that's a great idea. So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something. The next day, it was like, it was on every television station. It was the front page of every paper, and I turned on the TV, and there was like a mile of yellow tape, and there were 20 cop cars. There were helicopters flying over it. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then there was some people on TV in Tyvek suits with gloves on lifting up the bike, and they're saying they're gonna take this up to Albany to get it fingerprinted. And I was worried because my prints were all over that bike. Luckily, the story died down after a while, and it stayed dead for a decade. And the New Yorker somehow found out about it, and they're going to do a big article on me, and that's one of the articles. So they asked me, the fact checker said, you know, it's going to be a bad story. Right?
I think it's a great story.
Jesus. It's just like an insane, I don't know, man. These people are pretty wacky, okay? The whale story? I haven't even heard the whale story. Do I want to know the whale story? What? Okay, sorry. All right. A federal law enforcement agency confirmed it's opened an investigation into RFK Jr. after he allegedly cut off the head of a dead whale and took it home 2 decades ago. The former independent presidential candidate disclosed the investigation on Saturday while campaigning outside Phoenix for Donald Trump. Kennedy's daughter recalled the whale incident in a 2012 interview with Town & Country magazine, which recently resurfaced and was shared extensively on social media. Kathleen Kennedy said that when she was 6 years old, her dad got word that a dead whale had washed ashore. He got a chainsaw, cut off the whale's head, and strapped it to the roof of their minivan for a 5-hour drive home. Every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the planet, Kathleen Kennedy recalls. We all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out. People on the highway were giving us the finger, but that was just normal day-to-day stuff for us. A spokesperson for the National Marine Fisheries Service confirmed Monday that authorities investigating, but declined to elaborate. Why? What? Citing a policy against commenting on open investigations, the agency, part of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, enforces federal laws, including the Marine Mammal Protection Act and the Endangered Species Act. Kennedy told a crowd of Trump supporters in Glendale, Arizona, that he received a letter saying they were investigating me for collecting a whale specimen 20 years ago. Without confirming or denying he took the severed whale head, Kennedy said the deadline to bring charges passed long ago. He implied without evidence that the investigation was tied to his endorsement of Trump. Okay. Does he just like collect dead animals and then dump them off into different areas, or? Okay, dude. All right, check on the lay Reddit news today. Now going to RFK Samoa adventure on the vaccine stuff. I've heard back and forth. I don't think I care to even dig into it. What's with these leftist YouTubers with unhinged jaws swinging left and right as they talk? Based. Throwing out a little tweet. Okay. Destiny's The Adam Friedland Show episode will become their most watched podcast episode. Why do you guys obsess over numbers and shit like this? Stop. This is cringe. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. It's not even gonna, there's no way it passes 2.6 million. It'll probably pass as 495. It might become like maybe second. But like this like, and it's not even, it hasn't even gotten there yet. You're like, oh, it will. Like, why are you plotting the trajectory of video views? Chill, Jesus. That's Nick Mullen's literal only stand-up special, not a podcast. Sure, okay. Okay. I'm dead, but the virus was a hoax. I gave you scientists that created a vaccine, but you were too selfish to protect yourself and other people. The conspiracy goes higher than I thought. Oh, I've seen this. Isn't this, wasn't this comic originally made by, was it 9/11? Or was it something different? Where the guy goes to God and then the final line is, the conspiracy goes higher than I thought. Was it 9/11? Was it JFK? It's not the boat story. I don't know why you guys are saying the boat story, because you see a guy who died and is talking to God, and that makes it the boat story. This is a funny-ish tweet, but isn't Donald Trump the guy who's always eating McDonald's and ordering McDonald's for people? God tier performance by Obama in this. Absolutely humiliated the interviewer. Posts a meme, says it's funny. Doesn't include a link. 3-day ban. It's a meme interview from years ago. They're mocking people saying Adam owned you. I don't care. I think you should post the link. It's my subreddit. These are my rules. Get fucking mad, okay? Because now I want to watch this, and now I can't. I don't even know what to look for. I don't even know who these people are. Oh, one is Obama. That's it. I don't know anything else. So, there. Now we don't get to watch it on stream. I've never heard of this before. New narrative just dropped. J6 wasn't just a rowdy protest. It was, in fact, really bad. But actually, it was the feds that did it. Oh, true. I've talked about this before. I like how everybody is actually typing in the name of the show. Good job, guys. Why is my chat full of midwits? Stop. Where'd you guys come from? What is this? Is this? Doesn't Steve Jobs have like a fucking pose like this? Am I crazy? Was it? Oh, it was this one. Oh my God, this guy does it too. Wait, is the Apple logo supposed to have like a bite taken out of it, or is it just like stylized? I don't know because I'm not a Reddit poster, but isn't the shitpost label immune from needing a source? Ooh, did he have a shitpost label on it? He did. Okay, he survives today. Lucky. Found this banger on Twitter.
Cooch looks. I want to be clear about who we are and the kind of audience we want to foster. There's something weird about the way her cooch looks.
Yeah, it is. I know. It feels like, you know what it is? It looks like an...
Okay, listen. These guys did unhinged content a long time ago, okay? They did. But, like, it's changed over time, okay? Listen, the internet and everything has changed. Why, like... Chill, okay? The 2000s were an unhinged time for media. True. What did I watch yesterday? I watched a movie about oh my God. Who's the guy? The Gran Torino actor director, Clint Eastwood. It was Clint Eastwood's last movie, the legal one. I thought it was okay. Fuck, what was this movie called? Hold on. Oh, Juror Number 2. Who the fuck thinks of Gran Torino first when thinking of Clint Eastwood? Well, I think Gran Torino was the first movie that he directed, wasn't it? Destiny Mate. It lifted entire scenes and script from 12 Angry Men, shamelessly. I mean, when you're doing a movie like this, I'm sure there are going to be like a lot of callbacks to that, of course. What do you mean? Sure? Like, do you think that Gran Torino is good? I thought Gran Torino... I'm going to say this, okay? Ready? I think Gran Torino was a little bit overrated, but I think it was a very good movie. But people act like that movie was like fucking legendary. It was like, yeah. What do you think of Unforgiven? I don't even know. I don't think I've seen it. I haven't seen it. Unforgiven. Oh, he directed this one. Oh, never mind. He's been directing for way longer than I thought. Just kidding. Nice. Is this rage bait or is it real?
How much did a guy make in a year?
My boyfriend makes like 20 grand. That's fucking it? Yeah, he works really hard. Okay, but he should at
This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. This is fake.
least be making 200K. He's a janitor at the high school. He really works hard. That's hard work to you? That's hard labor. That's labor. That attracts you? I want a guy who works hard. But don't you want a man who makes 200K?
This is the fakest thing I've ever seen in literally my entire life.
He can spoil you. I would rather a guy who works hard than a guy who's rich. Okay, you have to work hard to get 200K. That's a lot of money. He really works hard. That's all. Does he find a hotter guy who spoils you? He literally gives me everything he has. What does he drive? He literally drives a 2012 Kia Soul.
How much did a guy make?
Jesus Christ.
Red card for Andy Robertson, apparently. Let's relax, we're not winning! It's not even into the game. Do you think it's a red card for Andy Robertson, apparently? Let's relax, we're not winning! It's not even into the game. Do you think it's a...
Okay, I have no idea. Every Brit DJ sounds like Tim Westwood. No clue who that is. But okay. Nick just can't stop crying. Homosexuals appointed by Trump. Scott Bissent, Marco Rubio. Wow, Nimrod, thanks for the 25 subs, buddy. Jacob Hellberg, Rick Grenell. Gayest, most Zionist administration in history. Tired of winning yet. Now it's your chance, little bro. Nice. Aegon Chilokian. Holy shit. South Korea National Assembly votes to impeach President Yoon Suk Yeol. Yoon Suk Yeol. Don't ever stop posting to leftists online, okay? Who are like, how are you supposed to defeat a fascist? By voting, LOL? And they did. Now pronounce the name correctly, you mug. Wouldn't that be it? Yoon Suk Yeol? Yoon Suk Yeol? That'd be my guess. How do you pronounce it? Yoon Suk Yeol.
Our President Yoon, he surely tried to have a war against the
thought you learned Hangul. 1, I don't remember it. It was a long time ago. 2, that wasn't Hangul. That was written in, like, what do you call it? Roman characters? English. What do you? What does that have to do with anything?
저는 잘 모르지만 꼭 우리나라 정치가 잘 됐으면 좋겠다고 생각합니다. 그리고 또한 그 윤석열을 탄핵해야 된다고 생각합니다.
대한민국의 안보와 대한민국의 민주주의가
Say his name.
심각하게 지금 위기에 처해 있기 때문에 그 이유는 잘못된 대통령이 아직도 물러나고.
Wait, hold on. If you know Hangul, you would know Romanized pronunciation, retard destiny. No, you wouldn't. The whole issue with trying to translate some Asian languages to English is there isn't always like standardized ways to translate it or write it in English. Why am I arguing with you? You're fucking retarded. Here, take a break. Okay.
윤석열, 윤석열. 윤석열, 윤석열.
Yoon Sung-yeol. What? Somebody give me a video of it. It's literally Yoon Suk-yeol. Okay. Do you know how to read phonetic writing? I feel like it never helps anyone. For Korean, not anymore. Fuck no. That was like 10 plus years ago, whenever I lived in Poland. But I mean, it helps you in that you can just read it. It doesn't help you. You don't know the language, but you can at least like read it, and it helps with pronunciation, maybe, I guess, depending on what you're talking about.